SG, thank you so much for joining me. Always a pleasure to have you in my sights. Give me a sense of this just energy transition. Is it just talk? Is it just a phrase people are using, or is there substance to a just transition?
In fact, we, if you like, are the ones who are infusing the word just into the transition equation. Why? Because we believe that Africa cannot just leapfrog, and here we arrive at energy, green energy, without any form of looking back. Additional has a word he describes it. What are you transiting from? You have to transition where there's already something. How do you transition when there is nothing? So, but if we have to have transition, we say there's an element of justice that needs to be considered. Why? Because the West, so-called West, who have polluted the entire world,
They are responsible for climate change.
for everything. And say, Africa, sign up to Paris Agreement. Yes, we're happy to sign it, but it is a process whereby you make moves based on your needs and based on your development. So Africa is saying, yes, we want to transition, but we must look into the ability of Africa to continue to develop using the resources that God had given to Africa.
I.e., natural gas
Yes.
should be a transitional
Gas should be a transition
energy.
fuel, for energy. So there's no reason telling us, oh no, you shouldn't use gas because it's going to pollute. Oh, you must use this, you must use that. Very soon, maybe hydro will be a problem because we'll be killing all the species, the biodiversity and all that. So that's the question. We must have an element of justice in the whole process.
Well, of course, Russia and Ukraine may have changed the whole scenario because
In fact, Ukraine changes it, and all of a sudden, coal mines that were decommissioned in Germany are being. So, what do you tell Africa?
exactly.
You shouldn't use your coal. So there has to be an element of justice in it. I mean, South Africa is a very good example. I was speaking to a few people yesterday, and I was talking about the decommissioning of the community coal power plant, and then we're asking a few young people, kids, oh, your father works here. This is going to be decommissioned. He's going to lose his job. What happens? He says, well, nobody's going to pay my fees because my father is going to lose his job. In as much as we don't want to use coal, Africa must be given the chance to use other resources that it has while we move forward towards the goal of achieving net zero as we want to do it. But for now, transition requires a long time, not something we can
Are
do.
we going to see the money leaving the developed world, the 100 billion aggregate number that is supposed to have been with the developed world way back in Copenhagen?
That's right.
Are we going to see it come into fruition
Well,
now?
that's why Adeshina calls it megawatts of talk and not megawatts of action. Where is the money? Some people challenge us to say, why are you looking for money from the West? You should do something. I told them, we are not looking for money from the West. It is the West's obligation to make right what they did wrong by contributing the money that was promised. It's not aid.
And also to secure their own security going forward.
Because it's about their security. If we did what they did, the entire world would be in trouble. So they need to pay for some money to enable us to make sure that the world is safe. All of us together.
Secretary General, thank you so much for joining me, sir. Always a pleasure.
My pleasure. Thank you.